Hello students, so in this video we are going to perform the rest of this practical. So basically I am going to cover first 3 practicals in this video. So that is the 7th practical is all about write a C program to print multiple of and from given range of unsigned integers. So what exactly they want? They have given me a range. As an example, 17 to 45. That means 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 up to 45 numbers. Among these numbers, which numbers are multiple of 5? How I can decide if the number is a multiple of 5 or not? It is multiple of 5 if it can be divisible by 5, right? So if I can divide a number with 5 and the remainder is 0, that means the number is multiple of 5. Okay, so I hope you understand this concept. So whenever you are encountering this word range, that means you are dealing with loop, and this range can be obtained by looping variable I. So what I need? First I need I. So suppose I's range is from 17 to 45. So first of all I am taking the range itself. So for that I have to write 4 I equal to say 17, it will start from 17, I less than or equal to 45, I plus. Now inside this loop what I am checking? First, in first iteration, I will be 17. So check how I can check if 17 is multiple of 5. If 17 modulo 5 equal to 0. That means if I modulo 5 equal to 0, that means I just want to print that number, right? So that means printf that value of I. How I can print it? By using I. So this I is printed only when it is divisible by 5. If it is not divisible by 5, this condition is false, because suppose for 17, this condition is 17 modulo 5 is equal to 0. No, so this condition is false. So as it is false, it cannot go inside this conditional statement block and printf cannot be executed. For 18 also it will be false. For 19 also it will be false. For 20, it will be like 20 modulo 5 equal to 0. It is true. That's why it will go inside this loop and print that particular value of I. At that point, what is the value of I? I's value is 20, so 20 will be printed. I hope you understand this concept. So this is all about finding the multiple of 5. Here I can print it as printf multiple of 5 is okay. So I can print something else like this. Let me just save this program, compile it and run it. You can see 20, 25, 30 up to 45 is multiple of 5 in between range of 17 to 45, right? So our answer is correct. Now to make this program more dynamic, I can take value from user, say number, and print high and low for finding the range. So here I am telling %d is here printf enter number, here scanf %d and num, here it will be, so multiple of num. Also what I need printf lowest number of the range, which is, yeah, here I have to put slash and here it will be L, right? And here if I just copy this and paste it over here, here it will be highest number of range, it will be say H. Now multiple of %d is what is this multiple of num is, right? So whatever value entered by user, I want to find its multiple, and here it will start from L and it will go up to H. So let me just save this program. Instead of 5, now it will be num. So if I is divisible by number entered by user, then it will print the value of I. Let me just save this program, compile it and run it. You can see I want to find multiple of 7 in the range of 17 to 45. So multiple of 7 is 21, 28, 35 and 42, right? So these numbers are only divisible by 7 in the range of 17 to 45. So this is how you can perform a program. This is the code for this 7th practical, right? So this is all about the 7th practical. Now the 8th practical is write a program to find sum of all integer greater than 100 or less than 200 and are divisible by 5. So what I want to, so the range is 100 to 200. So let me just clear this for you. So my range is 100 to 200, right? Because it is saying that. So integer greater than 100 and less than 200. So I will be starting from 100 and go up to 200 and divisible by 5 and divisible by 5. Here I don't need to get the higher value, I don't need to get lower value because range is already given. So 100 and 200 I have written. I value is this range, I's value is this range, and they are saying if it is in between 100 and 200 and divisible by 5, what does this mean of divisible by 5? The remainder will be 0. So here let me just save this program, compile it. What is the issue? Okay, I have written L00. So it is 100 now. Compile it and run it. See, 100, 105, 1010 up to 200 is printed. So this is how you can perform this practical. So the 8th practical is also completed. I hope you understand this concept. If you have any doubt, you can comment below the comment section. Okay. Even you can ask me personally too. So the next program is write a C program to count odd and even numbers from given 10 numbers. So okay, so what I want in this program, user is going to enter any random 10 numbers. So user is going to enter 10 numbers, so 10 times scanf will be done. Let me erase the extra code. Here 1 and 10. Why 1 and 10? Because I want to execute scanf for 10 times. That's why I can also start it from 0 to 9. Right? So you can, it's all that count matters, not the value here. I want scanf to be executed for 10 times and here and right. So here I have to declare one variable and. So and first and is first I equal to 1. When I equal to 1, and is taken from user. Now after taking value, if this loop is executing continuously, it will just replace i's value with 1, then 7 or randomly added numbers. So at the end of this iteration, the 10th iteration, suppose the value entered by user, the 10th value is 12. So last value of n is 12. Other value this 12 are replaced, right? So I cannot get them back. This is similar with the swapping program, because every time n's value is being updated and you cannot declare 10 variables for them, because if tomorrow I ask you to do the same code for 100 numbers, it will be headache for you. So you have to use loop for that. So what I'm going to do, once number is entered, suppose 1 is entered, so I'm going to check if n equal to, or say odd or even. So n modulo 2 equal to 0, that means number is even. But I don't want to print number is even. I want to take the count. So I am writing even equal to even plus 1, or either you can also write even plus plus. Both of them are similar. So if number is divisible by 2, I am adding one value to the previous value of even. This is similar with the sum questions. And if this is not the case, that means number is odd. So I am doing odd equal to odd plus 1, or I can also do odd plus plus. You can write any code. So what exactly is happening? First, I equal to 1. At I equal to 1, user will be able to enter any value inside n. So I am entering n as 12. Now it will check if 12 modulo 2 is equal to 0. Yes. So it will add even equal to even plus 1. So what is the initial value of even? I have not given any initial value to even. So I have to give declare it and initialize it to 0. This is similar with the concept of sum. So odd equal to 0 and even equal to 0. So even was previously 0. Now it is 0 plus 1 equal to 1. So now our even equal to 1. And what will be the value of odd? Odd value equal to 0 at that time, because by default its value is 0. Now it will come to this loop and I will be incremented at this point. So I equal to 2 now. For I equal to, it will check if 2 is less than or equal to 10 or not. Condition is true, so it can go inside. Now user is entering 36, so 12 will be replaced with 36. 36 is divisible by 2, so even will be now 1. Here it will be, say, 1 plus 1, that is 2. So now even will be 2 and odd will be 0. Now I become 3. This is the looping thing going to be happen up to the value of I become 10. So at the end of this loop, I will get how many values were even and how many values were odd. But how can I get those values? By printing those values after the end of this loop. So here slash n count of even numbers is percentage d and odd number is percentage d. So here it will be even, here it will be odd. And let me just do a semicolon. If I just compile this program, run it, you can see first I am entering 12, then 36, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 12 again, now then 34. So count of even number is 8. You can see 12, 36, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are even numbers and 2 are odd numbers. So this is how you can perform a practical to find for the given range. Here they have told you to do it for 10 numbers. That's why I have taken range from 1 to 10. You can also take range from 100 to 110, because at the end I want this loop to be iterated for 10 times. So number doesn't matter over here because I am not using value of I. Okay, so this is all about the counting the even number and odd numbers. Now in the 10th practical, they are saying write a program to find the sum of first and odd numbers. So we have already done a practical in which we were doing summation of some range from high to low to high, or some from k 1 to k or something like that. So we have already performed that. Right now they are not saying me to just do sum, but they are saying me that it should be first and odd numbers. So for first and odd numbers, suppose first 3 odd numbers are 1, 3, 5. So first 3 odd numbers go up to 5. So if you let let me just erase these extra terms for you, right? So let me erase everything. Here, if I am doing for first three numbers, if I am doing something as 1, 2, 3 and just doing something like as I modulo 2 equal to 0. If I am doing something like this, then value of I will be from 1, 2 and 3 only. But I know that first three odd numbers include 5 also. So the range actually going from 1 to 2n. You can see it for any odd number. So suppose I am doing for first 5 odd numbers, then it will be 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, right? So it is going from 1 to 2 and that is 10. So this is incorrect. So for first n odd numbers you have to write 2 into n, from 1 to 2 into n, and here what is the value of n? Value of n will be entered by user. Enter the value of n, right? Here I am going to do scanf %d. Here it will be and n. So what is being done? Suppose user have entered 3, I value will be going from 1 to 6. So that will cover 5, right? I hope you guys understand this concept. So now this is correct. What I want? I just want to find sum. So sum equal to sum plus I is similar. So I will add sum only when the number is divisible by 2. Otherwise I will not do. This is similar to that question in which I was taking range from 100 to 200 and then I am dividing it with 5. Right? So this concept is similar. Just the difference is I am finding the sum. And how can I find the sum? How can I print the sum? By using printf. The result is %d, where this d is nothing but sum. So let me just save this program and execute it to see if it is correct. Sum is not declared. So sum is not declared, also not initialized. So I have to initialize the sum as well. I have already told you this logic that why sum should be initialized to 0. Because when I equal to 1, 1 is modulo 2 is not equal to 0. So the control will not go inside this. Now at this stage I will become 2. Now for 2 modulo 2 is equal to 0. So it will go inside this. Now sum equal to the previous value of sum, which is actually garbage value. Right now sum is not having any value. If I am not written 0 over here, then this is having garbage value. So it will be like garbage value plus 2. So to eliminate that kind of inconvenience, I am just initializing sum with 0. If I compile it and run it, first 5 odd numbers, the result is 30. Let me check. If I am adding 9 plus 1, that is 10, 10 plus first 5 odd numbers, that means 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 9 plus 1, 10, 10 plus 20, 25, it should be 25, right? Why it is giving me 30? Okay, let me see. Okay, so I am doing, the logic is for odd number, even number, not odd number. For odd number I have to write not equal to, right? Or I can write equal to 1 also. That is your choice. So now if I compile it and run it again, it will be for 5, it will be 25. I hope you understand this concept. This is the code for this logic. So we have successfully completed this 10th practical. Now only one practical remains, that is write a program to find 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3. So instead of first n digits, we are doing first 1 by n digits, right? So we have already done this. There is no, let me just do it again. What I need? I need sum and I need n. Sum is always initialized. It is good habit that you initialize sum. So sum is initialized to 0 because identity element for sum is 0. If we are adding 0 to any number, then it will give me number itself, right? So if you are ever need to initialize multiplication, you have to initialize it with 1. Now I am telling user enter a number. So here it will be slash scanf %d and n. So this is how user will be able to enter a number for I. What will be the range? 1 to n, because we are adding 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 up to 1 by n. So I will be starting with 1 and going till n, I plus. And here what I am doing, instead of sum equal to sum plus I am doing sum equal to sum plus 1 by I. I hope you understand this logic. I hope you guys understand this logic. Here, if I am taking this as integer, it will give me incorrect answer because sum can be floating also. So here I am initializing everything as float. I hope you understand why I am initializing it with float. Now 1 is integer and I is integer, so the answer will be integer. So that's why I have to write float, so that this is called as typecasting. And here printf /n sum is %d sum, and if I save this program, compile it and execute it, let me do it for the easier term, enter a number 2. So I am doing 1 plus 1 by 2, that I know that is 1.5. So answer is 0. Why it is coming 0? Let me check. So I is integer. Sum is float. First is it will convert 1 by 1, 1.1, it should be 1.1, or I can do something as this. Let me just save this program, or it will not let me do one thing. Let me take another variable k. K equal to, k is float, 1 divided by float into I, and here I am adding k. If I compile this program and run it for 2, it will be 1 plus 2. Answer is 0. Why my answer is not coming? What is an error? Okay, answer is not coming because here I have put D for sum, so it is chopping everything. So here it will be F for sum because my sum is float. So now even if I am just erasing this, and here even if I am not taking k, my answer will come by typecasting, simple typecasting. I was just thinking that my code is correct, then why it is giving me incorrect answer. So if I just save this program, compile it and run it, now if I am entering 2, it is giving me 1.5. You can check it for any other variable and value. So this is all about this last practical of this part 1 series. So these are the basic practicals. From now onwards we are going to do some advanced level of looping. So that also covers so many practicals. I'll also upload a video based on that. I hope you enjoy this class, and if you have any doubt, you can comment below the comment section. Also, you can find some other logic for the similar programs. Try to do these programs by yourself without going through the solution. See you in the next class. Thank you so much.